Professor Bencio, how do you view the fundamental threat AI poses at this juncture?
Well, the problem is that there are many threats, but the two most important that I'm concerned with are in the shorter term, and it could be as soon as the next US election, that tools derived from the large language models that we've been talking about can be used for propaganda, for disinformation, for personalized trolls that could convince you to vote otherwise. And the second threat, which may come as soon as a few years from now, maybe a decade from now, it's hard to say, is if we fill the gap, bridge the gap between the current state of the art in AI and the abilities that humans have in terms of intelligence, and we build machines that would be at least as smart as us, but then automatically they would have advantages because of access to all the data, because of digital communication, bandwidth, all kinds of advantages that allow them to acquire information faster than humans, to share it among themselves, all sorts of things that make me think, and others, that even if we only uncover the same kind of principles that give us our own intelligence, they would become smarter than us in some ways. And we already see that with things like ChatGPT, that in some ways they're smarter than us, and they know more things, but they're also more stupid in other ways.
And bottom line, if they are able to be smarter than us, what is the threat that poses? Is it existential?
Yes.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, there's a lot of unknown. Jeff Hinton uses this analogy that others have used as well. Imagine we created a new species, and that species was smarter than us in the same way that we're smarter than mice or frogs or something. Are we treating the frogs well?
A question we ask ourselves all the time. Do you share the concern about the potential longer-term threat in that it might be existential in nature?
Yeah, absolutely. And there are short-term threats which are also very significant, like the collapse of democracy.
It's
continues
like
to develop and becomes more intelligent than us, then I completely agree with the frog analogy. It doesn't bode well for us. I agree
yes.
with the frog analogy. And another way to think about it is that the AI will think much, much faster than biological evolution. I mean, if the AI of today is like an amoeba, so just imagine what T-Rex would look like, and it won't take billions of years to get there. We could get there in a few years.